Hello everybody, I was going to demonstrate the belt sander today and show you how do's and don'ts of the belt sander. We'll be using this quite a bit in the shop. First of all, it's called a belt sander because it has a belt. This one happens to be 4 inches by 36. 36 may sound big, but you got to remember that the belt makes a complete circle, so it's 18 inches from here to here. Double that, 36. This is a very inexpensive model. You can buy these at Menards or Lowe's for $100 or less, but they're very useful in any shop. I will take these over the high-priced ones anytime because they're just very useful and it's, like I say, inexpensive to use. This one has a disc sander attached to it. We'll talk about the disc sander later. But on the belt sanders are made to sand flat surfaces, not the end. And we'll show you why in just a second, but it's made to do flat or the side parts of wood. You can get different size grits for your sander. We usually use an 80 grit because you're usually sanding on it just your first time out, and this does a good job of smoothing out the rough edges. So anyway, always use safety glasses. I do have safety glasses, or you can use a face shield. Always use one or the other. I'm going to just use my glasses today because so you can hear me, or I would use a face shield. But very simple on and off switch. This little lever is how you take it on and off, the belt on and off. It's just on there just by tension from those springs in there. This little adjuster adjusts the belt on the rollers. If I turn this, it would go from one side to the other. So it's important that you don't turn this knob or your belt will fly off. These belts, the cost of these belts are somewhere, depending on the type, anywhere from $5 to $10 a piece. So you don't want to tear them up too many times. So like I said, most of the time in here we're going to be using 2x4s. So we're going to show you how the correct way to do it. And I tell everybody, it's kind of like when you take a step with your foot. You always want to go to the toe first and then the heel. If you go heel first, this thing is turning very rapidly this way, and what happens is it catches right here and then flies out of your hand. And if somebody's standing over there, they're going to get hit with a piece of wood. Another thing, it will catch on the belt, and chances are you're going to tear your belt up. So just show you a minute. Putting the front down first. And then the back. And also you notice I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Wood has sap in it, and there's friction against the wood and the belt. It builds up heat. It releases sap from the wood. And if you notice on the belt, all these little white pieces on here, it fills up with melted sap. So to prolong your life of your belt, you don't want to push down hard. I know you're tempted to do that, but just let it float. Let the belt do its job. So we do one side. All right, you start seeing it's sanding pretty well. You can also do the edges same way. And then just work around the piece. Alright, so in a matter of a minute, you've smoothed this up for the first sanding. You can feel it. If it needs a little more, do a little more. But as long as you want to make sure to stay away from this end, not get caught in it. You should not use the end like this. because it'll dig little grooves in your wood. But that's what it's for. A belt sander is made to sand sides and edges. We will do this sander on the next video. Thank you.